Hello everyone, welcome to Flykite Boxing. My name is Yoyin Olorunmota and I'll be talking to you about boxing in general. So on Flykite Boxing, we talk about combat sports with a major focus on boxing, so MMA and the rest of them. Today we'll be talking about GOtv Boxing Night, the 25th edition, which happened at the indoor sports hall of the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium. So boxers from all over the country gathered there to showcase what they had, and the fans were entertained, the people were entertained, it was shown live and everybody was happy about what we saw. So today I'll be talking about the major, or some of the bouts that happened and my personal takeaway from the events. So the first bout that I'm going to be discussing today is the heavyweight clash between Suleiman Iron Fist Imole and Olayoyin Larry King Adebiyi. Many fans were really hyped about this fight because heavyweight bouts are always really interesting because they are heavier punches. You find more knockout because of the weight of the punches, and seeing big guys fight is always interesting. Like I say, when two elephants fight, the grass will suffer. Well, no grass suffered here, but one of the fighters suffered. Suleiman Imole knocked out Larry King in the first round after about 1 minute 30 seconds, which was quite disappointing. As a boxing fan myself, I expected the fight to drag on and see maybe much more from Larry King, but that didn't happen. Larry King, who was making his professional debut, was tipped to cause an upset because of his build and how he came into the fight, his talk. And while it was disappointing that he did not, it was expected that Suleiman Imole, the more experienced fighter, who had 8 previous bouts and had won all of them, and was expected to come here and show why he's still undefeated, and he did that in very, very convincing fashion. I understand that Larry was trying to be cautious and retreat and try not to take too many hits, but the whole essence of boxing is throwing caution into the wind, and he was a little bit too cautious today. And from the first bell, Suleiman just dictated the whole fight and took the fight to him, walking around the ring, and completely dominated the fight and expectedly won quite easily. So the second bout I'll be talking about today is the super welterweight bout between Jaffar Suleiman and Bashiru K-Bash Kabiru. I was really looking forward to this because I'm a fan of people around the welterweight category because of the build and how easy it is for them to move, how sleek they are, and despite the fact that they are that small, they have a good punch in them. So Jaffar Suleiman came into this bout having 11 bouts and 11 wins, 9 by knockouts, while Bashiru Kabiru came into this bout having just 1 bout and 1 win. So it was kind of the more experienced but younger fighter because Suleiman was 26 and Bashiru is 33. So the more experienced fighter but younger fighter was fighting an older one, and we're happy to see what we saw. It was a brawl in a way. From the beginning, we knew that we had a good fight on our hands. Bashiru did well to hide behind his jab, dodging and weaving and dodging and weaving and weaving. But eventually, the experience of Jaffar Suleiman came to roost, and then we saw that his knockouts came by very, very sleek movements, head movement to the side and right hook to the head. I must really applaud Kabiru Bashiru for his defense because the rolling of the shoulder like Floyd Mayweather is what I saw there, and I was really impressed with that. Although it didn't help him much in the end because he lost by knockout in the 3rd round, but it was nice to see boxers actually using their boxing IQ in the ring. I must also commend both of them because none of them retreated. They stayed in the center of the ring trying to outbox the opponent, but well, eventually someone must lose and someone lost, and both of them left feeling like champions, I must say. Okay, the third bout that I'm going to be talking about today is the Victor Bennett versus Olayoyin Success bout. It was highly anticipated as Bennett has quite a lot of fans from Anambra because where he's based, and he has been talking tough ahead of his first professional fight, and some people felt like he was just trying to hype himself, feel confident in himself, but what we saw that day was really nice, as not many 19-year-olds can put in the performance that he showed on that day. Olayoyin Success, a veteran in the game, over 30 years, he has about 12 bouts and he has even fought abroad. And many people expected him to flop Bennett in the first few rounds, but that was not what happened. Success has been known to be very aggressive, walk around the ring, eventually knocking out most of his opponents, but that didn't happen. Victor Bennett was sleek quite very sleek, and his head movements, his footwork, reminiscent of Muhammad Ali, I must say. But that's a very high pedestal to put him. But I think that boy has something good on him. His movements, his tricks, and his grappling techniques. When he noticed that he was quite in danger, every time he noticed that he was in danger, because Success tried to corner him into the ring several times, but Bennett knew that he had to hold on to Success and avoid being knocked out, and that's what he did. His movements, his footwork, his jab was quite good. Hiding around his jab with why Success was dazed a lot of times. But I think it was a very close fight. The judges ruled it it was a split decision win for Olorunmota's Success. Many people felt like the show that Bennett made that day means that he should have won. I'm not really sure about that, but it could have gone anyway. Anyway, after the fight, I interviewed Bennett myself, and he felt like he could have won. He was very confident in his ability, and we hope to see him again at GOtv Boxing Night at another time. So these are the first 3 bouts that I'll be talking about. On another edition, I'll be talking about the other bouts. So we hope to see you again next time. Remember, my name is Yoyin Olorunmota, and this is Flykite Boxing.